started.
Yeah, we need to see the same performance we saw at Chippy, who absolutely impressed. I think everybody watching, not many people expected that out of him, and also this, I would say, relatively fresh roster of Denied. And you can see Chippy, if he just has a solid performance, keeps doing the things he does best off the backboard, that's where he's going to thrive. And I'm excited to see if he can implement that same type of mechanical play here, because against Vitality, they're going to be on the backboard so much more. They're going to have booming clears that they can't, oftentimes predict. And it's going to be that much harder to set up solo plays.
And you're just not going to see as many holes in general. Vitality, very cautious and methodical about how they approach their gameplay on the pitch. Fairy Peak will kick this one down for Alpha, and they've been able to successfully move down the field a couple of times in this opening minute already, and K-Dop just sneaks it into the top. So Vitality already start off with a goal.
And an interesting rotation on the defensive side. You can see Bro tries to get the bounce out. He went for the pinch, and it just popped right to K-Dop. And it's not the worst thing going for a pinch there, but you have to make sure you get in front of the ball as much as possible, because that is literally the worst way you can start a game, is for a pinch like that to go the other way.
Vitality, exactly how they want to start this kind of game, but when you're looking at Denied, wondering how they're going to adjust. Bruh can't get out of this next ball. Justice going right down to Chippy. The structure is good on both halves so far in the first minute. But Justice having to buy a little bit of time on that touch. He wanted to keep Fairy Peak off of it, and Bruh able to get back. But this is just a tactical retreat as Chippy has to make another save.
And there's Alpha. I mean, this could be just the first wave of offense that we see out of Vitality. A lot of times we'll see them come into a game and, not throw too much out the window right away. They're just going to throw Alpha 54 up a little bit more, try and get some solo plays out of him, see if he can stall out, waste some time, waste some boost, and then you'll see K-Dop or Fairy Peak come in for the cleanup. And we've seen that type of play right now as that one goes off the post. Good look so far from Denied. They're bouncing back.
Nice stop from Chippy in front. He's got Justice on the wing. But the offensive structure, decent here for Denied, but what can they do with it? They got to get some shots on net. Getting the ball out to the corner is not enough. It's fine to, steal some boost away, but getting the pressure is really where you want it. Chippy rolls around again, forcing two up, K-Dop and Fairy Peak, but everybody kind of pulled back on Denied. Bruh just continuing the rotation. Justice also. Alpha gets in front of it, but Chippy might have a shot. K-Dop avoids a demo and gets the save.
Well, that was the defensive play from Alpha. He tried to get a clear out, so now both teams seem to have a couple of missed clears where they're just giving it to the other team, losing possession straight away instead of trying to find a teammate. And that's the main key here, is you have to find somebody else moving up. The transition game, I have not been too impressed so far with both teams, and those are big holes in the defense.
Well, this minute has been all Denied, but every time they try to get a shot, the K-Dop has been in the way. Still, they haven't let the ball go by the midfield line for the last minute. Alpha finally crosses it, and he has one to beat. Flips it up. Alpha 54 always dazzles.
Oh, he didn't have any boost. What options does he have? You think he's gonna go for a regular flip? Nope. The backflip musty. It was so clean. Alpha 54 up top, and they go up 2-0.
Always have to watch out for the Alpha factor.
Wow.
With this guy, it's what helps set Vitality above everyone else in Europe.
Yeah.
Other than BDS, and it's just, pick your poison on Vitality. Oh, that's a nice shot, but it was a little too high. And I like what we're seeing from Denied in this first game. They had a lot of possession in the orange half turtle, but where it's really missing me, I think, is, the shot quality right into Alpha that time.
I mean, they've shifted a lot of their focus towards keeping the possession, which I think is great, because against Vitality, you're not going to get too much of that. This 50, though, from Bruh, this slots in. I'm not sure how they had the angle, but that was a perfectly timed challenge.
Everyone really bunched up together. Wow. Alpha ready to move downfield, and Fairy Peak was playing the loss on the follow-up, but somebody has to stay a little farther back on that. K-Dop didn't have that challenge won completely. Alpha thought it was, a slam dunk from his angle. It looked like K-Dop might have the better angle on that, but Bruh, all it takes is one challenge. Justice catching the ball in midfield, and now they can take advantage of the confidence that they built in the orange half turtle. If they can hang on to this ball, but Fairy Peak winning in midfield might make it difficult. Alpha slicks it into Fairy Peak, and Vitality pick up insurance.
I mentioned it, the first wave. Just throw Alpha 54 all the way forward, make him do a couple of fancy moves around the defense, and he's setting up his teammates left and right. As long as he's got that aggression, you're going to find some shots on net. Alpha 54, this is the classic playstyle we expected out of Vitality, and they're showing up.
Denied making a show of it. Maybe a lot of people came into this expecting Denied to, kind of fall flat against Vitality. But Denied showing that, they're not to be trifled with. In fact, they should be respected. It's Denied Alpha 54. Oh, another great save. That has happened time and again in front of Vitality's line. They've defended that so well.
Yeah, and you think about the only goal that Denied have gotten so far is just off of that dunk from Bro, which granted was a fantastic shot and or dunk in the corner, but that is one of those goals that you will not be able to repeat. It's so difficult to continuously get shots on net from that angle, also with that aggression. You need to set yourself up a little bit better. And now you finally get a good shot on net. Alpha 54 goes up inside of the net, gets the save. It seems like everything you're throwing at Vitality right now just isn't working. That's just a huge credit to their defense and the rotations in the net.
The rotation for Justice will keep control for Denied. They're going to have to score right now if they have hope in game one, but make no mistake about it, they came out to play today, but Vitality just a little bit better in game number one. And I think that when you talk about defense, you look at K-Dop's 4 saves and you remember every single one of them. One, he had to avoid a demo from Justice and he still got the save while hanging in midair. Another one, he had to come off his backboard and pick up the save. And Denied, not for lack of effort on their part. They threw the whole book at Vitality on offense. They just could not find the back of the net.
And they even got a goal out of the aggression, which is amazing because most of the time you're holding that aggression, holding the possession on the offensive side, keeping it in their half because you're expecting a mistake to come out. And like we talk about all the time, you can't expect that every single time to, get a couple of goals. You also need to throw in some creativity. So if we get that added element from Denied, that little creativity, maybe the double taps from Chippy, any little moments like that from Denied, I think that could elevate their play style to maybe even win this single game because they had some good solid possession, some good passes. It just comes down to adding the special factor, Jorby. And I think that they're close to getting it, but so far Vitality, they had a big edge in that part.
And look out for Chippy when he's behind the ball. He had a couple of slick moves around Vitality, a slight pull off on a challenge to grab control or coming in on a blindside challenge to take away a Vitality transition. They're going to have to keep defending that transition because I do feel like they let Vitality through on one too many opportunities, especially early in the game. But if they can close that down, if they can contest midfield more consistently in this opening minute, Denied might have a chance at game 2, but Vitality, tough nut to crack.
Gotta give credit though to Alphas though. I talk about him a lot just because it's obviously so easy to talk about the flashy player on the team. Give credit to K-Dop and Fairpeak holding it down on defense. Still amazed though about Alpha and his decision making with no boost to go for those mechanical plays, the musty. Also in the final moments getting that save in the net. Those are individual highlights that we remember about how these guys won the series.
And the last guy in net on that play, you also have to think, okay, which option is Alpha going to go for?
Yeah,
it just makes it so deadly when you're that mechanically skilled as a player. It just makes the defender have to think about that many more options. So Justice, let's try to keep the push going for Denied. They did start on the orange half, but a long ball finds its way to K-Dop in midfield. Fairy Peak getting across, and Justice coming back to take the ball. Now Chippy has a breakaway, but it's a little too slow. He flips over. It's not a goal. K-Dop denies him again. A brick wall for Vitality.
Oh, and that was so close. I thought we'd see Chippy start to pop off a little bit here in game 2. You can see Alpha 54, he had the one-on-one challenge. He needed to make Chippy stall out some time. He went for a slower flick because he had to get it over Alpha. Then K-Dop, the beautiful rotations in. These guys, it doesn't seem like they want to break rotation at all, obviously, but they're just so consistent with knowing where to be in position and when to be.
Denied. Another challenge in front, but that one awkward, and it bounced right off of Fairy Peak's car. Vitality having struggled getting beyond midfield. Alpha will take this push away, but you saw the rest of Denied were back on that. They knew Alpha had that, and K-Dop will throw it away. I thought Bro might have just tried to go for K-Dop on that play, but just let go and didn't have the boost.
It's really fun, though, to watch this team get more confidence from Denied. I mean, the first game, like I said, it felt like there was really no creativity, but now a couple of backboard hits, maybe some demos, the aggression seems to be taken up a little bit more because I think they've realized they need something else to be incorporated into their play style. Just as long as it doesn't create more holes on defense, you should be solid. And I like the backboard hits, the demos now from Alpha. That's gonna be frustrating to deal with, but Justin has space off the ceiling. This is the creativity I wanted, and we get it. Bruh is gonna finish it. What a pass.
Massive play from Justice here.
Wow.
Gets off the ceiling, uses the rest of his boost, and it's perfect execution on the play. The defender you have to wait and pray on the line that your timing is right, and Justice was just a little bit better, and Denied have a lead almost halfway through game 2.
And I can't wait to see that again in the replays after this match because the way he landed on the ceiling, he was almost reversed and still managed to go forward. So outstanding mechanics from Denied. We knew they had it in them. This time, it's not even Chippy, it's Justice showing that everybody on this roster has what it takes to compete with the best.
Traded demos, and Vitality on that last push had registered their first shot on net. It took them over 2 minutes to get down to the blue line. That's how oppressive Denied's offense has been in game number 2. K-Dop, he's got no boost. All he can do is launch it, and Chippy will throw it out to the side again. I mean, this is really Justice coming out big time for his team. He's had a couple of really nice carries on offense. Chippy, he's had a couple of tries, 4 shots on net, nothing to show for it, but it certainly has been a full team effort. And Vitality are struggling to find shots at all. Even here in the corner, they're just being denied.
Yeah, and it's predictable. It seems like whenever they go off the corner as well, they're giving away free clears basically to Denied. We even just saw in that instance, K-Dop banged out the corner. Now it's rolling in here for Bruh to have a good challenge. That goes into the net, still saved from Justice, and boom, the transition is there. Huge clear. Vitality can't even hold on to that possession.
Oh, Chippy slips it through! The defense threads the needle, and Denied have a 2-goal lead against Vitality.
This is huge. Who would have expected it? Now we got the demo play, and Justice coming in clean, baby. This is what we needed from Denied, and they are looking like they could get this potential upset.
I was going to mention the physical play. It felt even with the demos, like both Vitality and Denied trying to pick up demos, trying to break the rotation. Vitality especially have to feel frustrated that, this passing play is probably as good as it's gotten as it looks towards the net. The K-Dop can't find the ball again, just can't hang on to the ball at all. Justice behind it again, slips under one, and he got the big bump that allowed Chippy to sneak that ball through the defense for this 2-goal lead. Vitality still struggling to get back behind the ball. K-Dop met by another blue car, and Chippy will throw it out down, and Fairy Peak dumps it to K-Dop. This might be good for Vitality. They can grab this next touch, but that's difficult for Alpha, and there's just no room for Vitality to work with. They're scrambling around on offense, trying to get set up, but there's no setup for them to have. Here's K-Dop once more time. All he can do is get a light tap that Bruh defends, but now maybe Denied in a bit of trouble. Another ball denied by Bruh.
And this is incredible. If you're looking at the third man rotations on the side of Denied, it is so safe, yet aggressive. They're not wasting any boost. The efficiency, I should say, with how they use that boost and where they're positioning is outstanding. Denied, whenever they're that third man back, they never push up too far. They always keep a close distance. So if there is a quick counterattack from Vitality, somebody's in the net to get a save, which is a rare thing, and it's difficult to do, especially against Vitality.
Vitality are really trying to stick with that tight rotation on both halves of the field. But they have been unsuccessful in hanging onto the ball, and Denied have picked them apart on it.
Wow.
They jump at these aggressive challenges. That second man trying to play follow-up for Vitality is playing super close, but so is the third man. Everybody wants to push downfield for Vitality, but they have not been able to win any 50s that gives them that sort of confidence. And so Denied have picked them apart on it, and it's a 3-0 win for Denied. We're all tied up in the set.
Yeah, this is what we wanted out of this series. I think when we saw Denied get that crazy upset earlier, and they were popping off against Team Liquid, we were thinking, what is this guy, Chippy specifically, but what does this team have in store for us? Now we come out against Vitality, and this is a very solid performance. And I also love the fact that they're very spaced out, Denied. A lot of times, like you even mentioned it yourself, Jorby, you see Vitality all wanting to push up pretty much at the same time, and it makes them very bunched up. When they're trying to get on that transition game, they're all in the same spot. Meanwhile, Denied, they're all over the field. Somebody's all the way back. Two players spaciously involved in the midfield, and that's what's helping them stop all the momentum for Vitality when they're trying to transition out.
Yeah, Vitality have to find a way to adjust against what worked for Denied. It just felt like Denied built off of what worked for them in game number 1, but Alpha notably quiet in game number 2. They had very little boost to work with. You had mentioned Denied winning that boost battle on the pitch. I definitely think that factored into Vitality's frustration of wanting to move down the pitch quickly. So we hit the crux point of the match. Game number 3. Can Denied continue their push and take the lead in the set? We're underway.
Yeah, it's also really easy as a pro player to just constantly use your boost. That's something you have to train yourself. Oh, bro, almost had a nice little dribble there. Cheeky little moment, but I was just talking about dribble or boost management. Basically, it's so easy to get into the habit, because especially when you're in free play, running around all the time, you're just holding down boost. So you come into this pitch and you want to do the exact same thing, but I've never seen so far somebody from Denied struggle with that. And now the demo from Fairy Peak opens up a shot. Bro with the save. The defense still strong, Jorby, yet again in game 3.
But you like how Vitality start. If you remember, it took them over 2 minutes to even get a shot registered on net in game 2. This time, they start with possession. Alpha, another good challenge over to KDOP. But again, this close rotation, Alpha's just not close enough on that last play. Or Fairy Peak, excuse me, he bounces that one out. And Bruh has another save. Those are 2 big ones for Bruh as he launches it downfield. Another long ball in midfield, but those haven't worked for Vitality. It has been a struggle for them to grab possession for too long. Game 1, it did look like, this game was going to be on par for what you expected. Denied showing a couple good looks, but Vitality ultimately the winners, and Chippy coming off the top of the net to pick up the save.
A little bit of a similar play from Alpha in game 1. Now Chippy does it himself. Nice little passing play as well in the transition game. The demo from Justice, but KDOP doesn't even care. Pushes up forward. We got the first goal for Vitality. You mentioned it, Jorby. They needed to start out strong, and they have done so within the first minute and a half.
It started out a little bit better for Vitality, and then Denied getting a little caught up, everyone up in midfield. And so Vitality, maybe that's all they need to right the ship. Already registering those 4 shots on net. They've absolutely returned to taking this possession and keeping the pace of play at their leisure. KDOP, a nice little carry, but Chippy and Justice getting tied up on the back wall. You see Vitality pulling off. They don't want to overcommit there. They've lost a couple of transitions that way. And Alpha can't grab the ball here, but that was only to give KDOP some room as he launches it downfield. Chippy couldn't grab it, and Justice gonna handle the ball out in the corner.
A couple of nice dribbles out of defense, 2 from Denied as the demo from Alpha 54 commences. Still looking for some pressure, some of that same performance we saw in the previous game where it seemed like Vitality couldn't even break out of their own half. It's the opposite way now in game 3. I'm confused right now for how Denied want to get out of this defensive hole they've dug themselves into. It seems like the passing isn't as strong, and now the mechanics from Alpha 54 you have to deal with.
So everyone just picked up all the boost for Denied. They were sitting on low for a little bit. They're able to manage just fine. Now Vitality gonna get set in the blue half. Fairy Peak rolls around everybody, and Fairy Peak pulls off the 1v3 from the corner. That's insurance for Vitality.
And he's coming from the corner himself. There's no way I would have guessed he could have taken this in himself. And that is such a tight angle too, Jorby, with only the bounce, but also the angle coming in from the side of the wall to get the double tap. You have no time to correct yourself if you're a little bit off with your first jump.
You can kind of understand Denied's positioning. Hang on, Justice. Ooh, Fairy Peak picked up save 1. Alpha picked up save 2 and number 3. Chippy just trying to get in the way to buy time for the retreat. It's got to be Bruh coming from the far side. Chippy already there, but he's going to leave the play for Bruh. Justice takes the next point. KDOP waiting for this. Everybody diving in front, and Alpha got the next clear. Tried to hop the route, failed. Chippy in front, puts the shot on, and Fairy Peak grabs it off the crossbar. Still it continues. Justice again towards the box. Can he get there? KDOP picks up the save. Everybody had to retool, refuel for Denied, but they got back to midfield. Chippy again, off in the corner. There's Bruh. Shot on, but it's off the crossbar and in! Denied! Split the lead in half.
When was the defense gonna break? This ball went all the way from the left corner to the right corner, back across. And that was shot after shot. Vitality, they held on for so long, and the pressure from Denied did not break down. That was an incredible series of shots. Eventually, one was going to fall, and even after a double command, I thought Vitality would recover, but denied. It was so good to exploit all that boost that Vitality were wasting.
There is no lack of confidence on this denied team to go for any challenge they think they can get. Justice hopped right over K-Dop for another save. And this might be a breakaway opportunity if they can find where Fairy Peak goes with this ball. Fairy Peak knows exactly where Justice was gonna go. He's like, I'm gonna keep that ball away from you for as long as possible. And in fact, he was able to shovel that ball back out to the blue half. Alpha gets the catch. Chippy just takes it away from him. And Denied do such a good job of forcing Vitality to work for their food, work for every single pixel of the pitch that they can get their hands on. And it's been a struggle, but Vitality still have the lead. And as good as it's been for Denied, they're gonna have to put on some pressure in this final minute. Fairy Peak in front, back to Alpha. He's not gonna find that touch, but he doesn't need to. He's able to throw Chippy off the course. Bruh and Justice plays it out to the corner. Might be the better option for them. But the longer Vitality stay in this half, the better. And Alpha takes the ball away. K-Dop has some space off the backboard. Bruh will take it away, but Denied have to give downfield.
Oh, we're back into that transition game where it's Denied stuck on defense, where previously it was Vitality for maybe a minute or two. They've broken back out. Good passing between them all. And a couple of dribbles from Denied. They are really getting stuffed out on the challenge game. When they want to take it slower, it seems like Vitality are more and more realizing that they need to approach these balls a little bit slower and win at least on that 50, the final few seconds. Now, K-Dop wants to get something out. They need to hold on to the lead. And with the final 3 seconds left, Denied, maybe there's a chance here. And that one's going to hit the ground. Vitality still come back strong after that previous game where I would have thought Denied would steamroll him after.
Now, this has been a physical match. Yeah. There's been a lot of bumps, and some demos just happen because the challenges have been so fast in the air from both teams. Denied are playing up above their station right now. Make no mistake about it. I don't think anybody, even after that 3-0 Liquid win, to see it be this close with how good Vitality have been. And, that's why I love Europe, Turtle, because Europe always produces these kind of matches. The one you really don't expect to be great turns into, a match that you remember all week. And I think that this has shaped up to be that. But Vitality only need one more now, and they can put this one behind them and move on.
Yeah, and especially with the new format, we've got a double elimination bracket, which means every game, every series, so much more important. Previously, maybe in the Swiss format, we'd see Vitality going up against an underdog team. We'd see the underdog team maybe slip out with a win, and we think Vitality, they've got a little bit of leeway, to recover, to fix their mistakes and move forward. But now this is that much more important. You don't want to lose even a single game. This is everything right now for Vitality. They don't want to get sent down to the loser bracket. So there's a lot riding on every single series, Jordan.
Eyes have been on Chippy for Denied today, but I'm looking at Justice to be the great enabler, if you will. Fairy Peak taking one shot. It was Denied. And Justice and Chippy are able to get the ball downfield, but he had that great stealing shot. Chippy takes that, and Denied will start with a lead.
And where did this start from? It seemed like the defensive 50s were just on point. That's 2 challenges back to back. Last one going in favor of Chippy, and Fairy Peak doesn't have the rotations out. You need to just waste a little bit of time there. Vitality, again, not the best start. The previous game they took with that huge explosive start from them, but this time it's the opposite, kind of similar to game number 2. And Denied, like you said, Jorby, their confidence, I don't think it's gone down or up at all. They just come in here knowing, or at least predicting, they're going to be the ones taking this game.
Justice hops in front for a challenge, but the rest of his team sitting pretty far back. Bruh getting to that rebound quickly. Chippy also continuing to play very quickly. Denied always know exactly how they want to move down the field. They get set up very quickly. There's not this staggered approach on the rotation, on the transition. No, they have 2 players that know exactly how they want to move down the pitch, and they're pretty successful doing it. It has to be Vitality who stops them. Denied, rarely have they been their own worst enemy in this match. Chippy misses it, and that might be his own worst enemy there. Bruh picked up 1 save, can't get the second, and Fairy Peak punishes.
Unfortunate timing there, because I agree with everything, and then all of a sudden, this one miss, an uncharacteristic one at that, from Denied. Chippy in the corner, should have gotten a hit there, and Vitality, of course, they're ready to capitalize, even after the first miss. It didn't go in, but somebody always coming in with that rotation from Vitality to seal the deal. They come back here. We've got 4 minutes left, a little bit under 4 minutes, and still denied. You know, I like their defense. That was maybe the one time we've seen a blatant mistake. But other than that, you can just recover and keep the rotations going.
Well, Bro just had a really good sequence there. He knocked Fairy Peak off the ball and then was able to get back and help his teammate out on a challenge that kept away what definitely would have been a goal. And Justice has to pick up another save. Vitality, the shots are getting stronger and stronger. Alpha putting one up higher, but it is difficult to get past this denied team. They might need a couple more physical bumps, some more demos to break through. I don't think Chippy will whiff again. Oh, and Justice picks up another save. Bruh misses, and K-Dop off the rebound. Can't grab it. Fairy Peak does, but it's denied. Again there by Chippy. Chippy pulls off on the next play. Justice has to grab it. He does, and things slow down just for a second, but Vitality really want to keep the offensive pressure going. They have a massive clear to deal with from Bruh.
Oh, and that would have been an unreal goal if that had gone in from K-Dop. He actually faked the shot, and you could tell because I believe it was Fairy Peak who ended up jumping early. Fairy Peak or Alpha, one of the two. Fenix in this lobby did jump up, tried to get the shot on target because K-Dop purposely missed. That type of creativity and the mind game from Vitality that you're gonna have to deal with, it's almost impossible to counter. And now the offense flips it under Chippy. It's too strong right now from Vitality. They're getting momentum. Jorby, how do you stop them?
Now Chippy rotating back here. He knew that shot was gonna come, and I think he made the right decision there. He had two players that were potentially going to go for that shot, but he committed as soon as he saw K-Dop jump. He was just a half second slower, a little farther back on that turnaround. But I do think Chippy took the right decision, rather, just the bad angle. And now Bro has to pick up another save. Denied. Gonna have to pull some more tricks out of their hat to try to get by Vitality. The longer the match has gone on, the less Denied have spent on offense. In fact, only 4 shots on net. Compare that to the 9 from Vitality, and that shows you just how dominant that they've been in game number 4. There's another one just wide of the net. That shot's too light. Chippy knocks it away.
And we see this so much with the teams that Vitality plays, where there's all these shots coming in, the barrage of shots on the net, and you'll see maybe 2 players at least that are stuck in the net trying to dive across, get the save, and they're just bunched up. And that's because the pressure that Vitality puts on is so difficult to deal with, where your rotations are coming in. Nobody knows who's going to get the save. You just want to get a touch. That's how strong every single individual shot is, that you're having somebody fly across the goal line, hoping to get a touch, and you'll see them scrambling in net.
Vitality, a couple of chances, but nothing too hard for Denied to deal with. Oh, Chippy gets that next touch. Alpha wasn't quite expecting that bounce. Fairy Peak lost that touch, and now it's up to Alpha to buy just a little bit of time, and he's going to have the corner to help him out. The rest of Denied sitting in midfield. They'll throw it back. And now Vitality, how often can they throw this ball off the back wall before it finally finds its way to the back of the net? Justice has some space. Far over to Bruh. Took the shot away from Chippy, but I'm not sure Chippy might have had it. Breakaway 2-on-1. No, Chippy immediately challenges the play. And Denied find themselves in a similar situation last game. 30 seconds left, only 1 goal to go, but not a lot of offense to show in game number 4.
We need to see some form of aggression or that creativity that we saw earlier on with the 1-game Denied 1. It was an unreal play out of Bruh and Justice, the duo, to set it up for each other. We need to see something like that. Maybe the demos that we saw earlier, some kind of physical play, anything right now to tie this game up.
Chippy wants Bruh downfield, and Bruh will win his challenge in midfield. A good bounce for K-Dop. He'll get it out to the corner. Justice has to keep it in the air. Fairy Peak stops it, but Bruh has to keep it up. That might not do it. Chippy just gets there in time. K-Dop wants to kill this ball. Justice will not let him. Maybe one more chance in the corner. He's got Bruh there. He finds him and can't find the net. Vitality. Well, that one was interesting. They squeak by in 4 games. But, Turtle, I have to say, all the teams in the lower bracket better be watching out for Denied.
Yeah, I would be terrified going into this game because you see Denied on the other pitch. You see what they've done now against Vitality, also against Team Liquid. You have got to respect them. You've got to respect the mechanics. And now, you know, at first I thought maybe it was just a fluke or possibly just Chippy popping off himself. But this was a full team effort. We didn't see one individual on Denied popping off. It was everybody moving up forward. The challenges from every single individual were solid. And one of the goals in this game were just a complete miss in the corner. That's an easy thing to fix up off the mechanics the backboard reads. Denied looking so good. I'm excited to see a new team, a fresh team kind of come to our attention, and I'm excited to see how they perform in the lower bracket.
I am as well. Vitality taking the win and moving on, and it gets you know, a little easier for them the longer they stay in the upper bracket. I think that, you know, like I said, excited to see Denied in the lowers, but we're gonna move on. Next up, we got Top Blokes versus Redemption. We'll have that game after the break.